Nope, your eyes didn't deceive you. That's a Traxxas TQ1 transmitter running my RB10. You remember in the last video that I made, I described how to use the out-of-the-box RTR transmitter, the Associated one, and how to tweak the dual rate settings on the throttle adjustment in order to have better control over the braking. Now, if you recall also, that comes at the expense of throttle response. And after a couple of times driving it outside, I just found that the cost of having that throttle control in order to gain that adjustability in the braking was just too much. The fact that full throttle was coming on so early in the range of motion in the trigger, it was just making it very difficult to drive. I could only imagine how difficult it would have been at the track to properly feather the throttle and control the rotation of the car through corners. So I scrapped that idea. Now, that said, that doesn't, discount the validity of the video that I made previously. If you don't have access to other remotes, or maybe you don't have the funds, or you just, you want to experiment with how the car drives, absolutely. You can change the brake sensitivity using the process that I showed in my last video. But, I've decided to go with the Traxxas system. As I said, I'm heavily invested in the Traxxas system, so it made sense to me. So I went down to my local hobby shop, 110 Hobbies, located in the Ottawa Valley. Shout out to them. I've got all of my stuff from them. Support your local hobby shop. Stay off of Amazon, especially this season. Give them the business. Definitely pays off in the long run. So shout out to Paul and the other staff at 110 Hobbies in Pembroke. Anyways, I went down there, grabbed a TQ1 receiver and installed it in my RB10, calibrated everything and set everything up on the Traxxas Link app, and it's working perfectly. So there's a couple reasons why I chose to do this, notwithstanding the fact that I had lost a little bit of controllability in the throttle response with the previous transmitter based on the settings I had made to the braking. But first off is the ergonomics. So I've got my UDR, I've got my Raptor R, I've got a couple of Traxxas vehicles, and to be able to use the same remote and have the same throttle and steering feel, the same ergonomics on the remote, that's obviously a big plus when I switch between vehicles. Second is the Traxxas stability management system. I really like it. I love the adjustability that you get with the knob on the remote itself. Now, I turn it way down, in some cases turn it all the way off when I'm racing on the dirt track, just because I want that full control. But when I'm bashing around or just, driving outside, I do like tweaking the settings on the stability management. With the old Associated receiver, you had to take the receiver box out and press a little toggle switch to change the settings 1 through 8. That was just a pain in the butt. So being able to adjust it on the fly, on the remote itself, or on the phone using the Link app is a huge plus, so that's big. I also like the adjustability of that Link app. So what I was trying to do with the Associated remote or the transmitter, trying to tweak the speed control calibration settings to give myself more control over braking, it was kind of a band-aid solution. But the fact that I can go onto the phone app screenshot here, the fact that I can do that on the app and tweak all of those different settings independently, my endpoints for my steering servo, my braking power, my throttle sensitivity, all that stuff through the app on my phone, it's great. So that's a huge plus there. And then finally, less remotes. So now I've got one remote to drive multiple vehicles. So I don't have, the jailhouse mugshot lineup on my shelf to have to choose from remotes depending on which vehicle I want to drive. So that's it. I've got a Traxxas TQ1 receiver now in there using the Traxxas TSM stability management system, and I've got everything tweaked using the app. So big bonus there. Thanks for watching. If you want some more information on this car, maybe some of the other things I've done to it, ProTech 100 SS steering servo, love it, super quick. I've got a similar one in my Raptor. If you want to hear anything else about some of my other cars, the UDR or the Raptor R or some of my Traxxas vehicles, please comment in the comments below, and thanks for watching.